for 4 years since when he was in office. The first 2 years I was state rep. And the last 2 years I was a member of Congress. It was maybe my second or third week when he started attacking me. I became a freshman who nobody should have actually known I existed because I wielded no power, to having the most death threats of any member of Congress. To the point where I had to have 6 Capitol Police officers providing 24-hour detail to me and my family. He left office. Well, he was defeated. And Biden got elected. And for 4 years, it almost plummeted. Then he came back into office and he reassumed his vitriol. And now my death threats are the highest of the members of Congress.
And that is actually a pretty high bar at this point because threats in general have become so common. The number of threats related to Congress rose for a third consecutive year in 2025, spiked to the highest level in years. Capitol Police said that it investigated just shy of 15,000 cases last year, up from about 9,500 cases in 2024. So it didn't just go up, it went up by nearly 50%. And the year before that, I think it was in the 7,000. So it has really been going up. And think about that. First of all, why there's so many threats. Now, a lot of that has to do with anonymity on social media. A lot of it has to do with a lot of these social media sites just incentivizing people to be absolutely terrible to each other. But particularly for Representative Omar, why would she get the most threats? She doesn't have massive tenure. She's not in charge of important committees. She's a progressive in the House. She has barely any power at all. She's in the minority party over the last year. The only explanation, and the only explanation as to why she would have gotten so many threats instantly as an incoming freshman, is specifically because of the fact that she was demonized, principally by Donald Trump, but also by every other right-winger in media. Fox News constantly talking about her, and not just her. They lost their minds, and they have not regained their minds ever since 2018 when so many of them were elected, based purely on identitarian, like triggered freaking out. They've lost their minds, and that is why they have so many threats. That's why they have so much inconvenience in their life. That's why they have so much cost in their life associated with it. And that leads us, of course, to the most recent attack. Here she is talking about why that guy attacked her.
And last night, the man that attacked me was specifically upset that Trump's order to deport Somalis was not yielding enough deportations of Somalis. So he wanted to come get the person he thought was protecting the Somalis. Well, we are protected by the Constitution.
That's right.
I'm sorry to tell you the truth. We are protected by the Constitution.
Yeah.
And so I do believe that the facts of the situation are that I wouldn't be where I am at today, having to pay for security, having the government to think about providing me security if Donald Trump wasn't in office and if he wasn't so obsessed with me.
100%. If Donald Trump were to hypothetically drop dead right now, the vitriol would definitely drop. Not instantly, necessarily, and certainly Fox News would talk about it, Jesse Waters would talk about it, or Lowering Room or whatever. But you would not have the literal president of the United States telling his millions of cultists to believe all these insane conspiracy theories about her and to believe that she should be deported or whatever, some other solution to the mere existence of her. And there should be consequences for this. There are consequences for the targets of his vitriol, the targets of his conspiracy theories. And we've seen that, not just for Omar, who was assaulted there. Maxwell Frost was assaulted. Paul Pelosi's skull was cracked open. Melissa Hortman, her husband, were gunned down. Tim Walz was on a list. Gretchen Whitmer got kidnapped. There's lots of violence to go around. Just the people doing the inspiring of the violence never seem to suffer any consequences whatsoever for doing that. Sorry, again, I'm making so many mistakes here. There are consequences for them, positive ones. Audience share, money, views, subscribers, all of that for them goes up because they know their base wants the vitriol. They want the conspiracy theories. They want the 2-minute but never ending hate against these people, and perhaps none more so than against Ilhan Omar. I don't know what would be done about this, what could be done in our country about this. But a serious country doesn't tolerate this sort of thing, especially knowing where it's heading. Thankfully, this time it was just spraying her with what they now think was apple cider vinegar, which is utterly deranged that he did that. Why would he do that specifically? But next time it might not be. And we could do something to stop it before it gets to that point, but people like Donald Trump don't want us to. When your company is growing fast, damage control is essential, especially in order fulfillment. Before ShipStation, we'd spend hours tracking orders and following up with customers. Now, our team has cut that time in half. With ShipStation, you can basically let your shipping go on autopilot because it's just that easy now. The problem is usually too many disconnected tools. ShipStation solves that core problem. It's an intelligence-driven platform that brings order management, rate shopping, inventory, returns, and analytics all into one place. Connect to over 200 sales channels. And instead of 5 to 7 confusing apps, you've got just one command center. And here's the best feature. It compares rates from USPS, UPS, and FedEx, including your negotiated discounts, to find the best option for every order with savings up to 90% off. Already have carrier rates? Bring them. Keep your discounts and add ShipStation's automation. Set up rules once and ShipStation picks the best carrier, finds the best rate, prints labels in bulk, and even sends tracking updates. Those tracking updates alone cut customer service inquiries by 12%. Plus, their returns management and analytics show you exactly what's coming back and where you can optimize. Try ShipStation free for 60 days with full access to all features, no credit card needed. Go to ShipStation.com and use code DAMAGE for 60 days for free. 60 days gives you plenty of time to see exactly how much time and money you're saving on every shipment. That's ShipStation.com, code DAMAGE. ShipStation.com, code DAMAGE.